Hello everyone, so this is Chim, and welcome again to our new video where we are going to study Bayan, Umawit. Lyrics by Junjun L. Boris S.J. and Vic R. Baltazar S.J. Music by Father Monoling V. Francisco. So it has an explanation on the third page, so let's read it. So this one will be in Filipino. So it says here, bagay itong awitin bilang pambungad o pangwakas na awit. Maaaring hindi na awitin ang pangalawang berso. Maaari din namang ulit-ulitin ang dalawang berso kung may kahabaan ang prosisyong kailangang saliwan. Maaaring awitin ng isang soloista ang mga berso sa halip na awitin ng buong koro upang bigyan ng kakaibang kinis ang awit. Sa mga korong may babae at lalaki, ang tenor ang aawit ng mataas na harmonya, samantalang inaawit naman ng iba ang pangunahing himig. Isang malimit na pagkakamali ang pagpapaawit sa soprano ng mataas na harmonya. Nalulunod nila ang pangunahing himig. Hanggat maaari, ang soprano ang aawit ng pangunahing himig. So it says here that this one is intended for the entrance hymn, and the second verse is not required to be sung anymore unless the procession for the entrance hymn is too long. So it will be fine to sing the second verse. So for the ruling on how this one must be sang, especially for choir members or the cantor or the singers, a soloist may sing the verse instead of the choir will sing everything, so the melody could be given a different emphasis. For the choirs who has the boys and the girls, the tenor must be the one who is singing the harmony, because the harmony is higher than the notes of the melody, while the others are singing the melody. Because in choral music, a common mistake is when the soprano sings the higher harmony. So what happens is the melody becomes not that noticed anymore, because the one that is really being noticed is the sopranos. The melody is not being listened to anymore, but rather the one that the congregation can listen to is the harmony. So our time signature for this piece is 3/4. Then our key signature is in G major, so the scale will be that one. Okay, so that will be our scales. The only black key here is the F sharp, as you can see there in the sheet music, and everything is just white keys. Okay, so before anything else, I think you should get a pencil, a pen, or even an eraser if you might encircle the wrong ones. So we have what we call here the accidentals. So I think this is the first video where I teach about accidentals, because on our recent tutorials, the sheet music that we studied doesn't have much of accidentals. But here we only have the accidentals on your introduction. The intro part. So are your pencils ready? So if I'm too fast, you may pause the video, because you just have to encircle the accidentals, and I'm going to explain on how do you play them or how do you read them. Okay. So it starts with the intro. And then here it goes. So you see, it's a D. Then the next note is followed by a dotted quarter with a flat sign. So what do you mean by that one? So if this one doesn't have the flat sign, it would be only straight note. It would be only like that one. But since we have the flat sign there, what you're supposed to play is not just D, but what you're supposed to play after the D, because the previous note is a D, is the D flat. It can be that one. That's why from the intro it would be. See? That's the main function of it. Then same as the next one, since we're coming to an A, and the next one is a flat note, the note next to the flat note, you would see that it is the natural sign, because it is originally just B. Because yes, as I said before, we are in the key of G. We are in that key. The B is just natural, and here it says that the B becomes flat, because it would be it would be from E diminished to E7. And that is the signs that we have today. We have the flat and the natural key, which means that it's becoming a natural key again. This way, the transition is from the B flat, and there goes the natural key to let. So you're now coming to the natural B, and that is the only accidentals that we have. You might want to encircle the accidental so you will be reminded, because it's a bit tricky if you're a newbie and you haven't encountered accidentals. The accidentals are commonly taught in the first few books of some piano books, like the John Thompson book. I think this one is in the first book of the John Thompson course, where they introduce you the accidentals and how to play them. Okay, so what are the notes that we have here? Usually we have the quarter note, the dotted quarter note, the eighth note, the half note, and that's it, because this one is in 3/4. Okay, you don't see whole note here because it's in 3/4. So what are the chords that we have for the intro? We have the A minor 7. It's gonna be like this. As I said, we have what we call the inversions. Then D7. Then B minor 7. Then E diminished. Then becomes E7. Then E minor 7. D7. Then G. C over G. C over D. Then D7. Okay? So that is what we have, the chords that we have. Okay? Now, let me play first the intro of this one. 1, 2, G, 1, 2, G, 1, 2, G. Yeah, so we have the remaining 2 quarter rests there, where the G is being sustained for up to 4 measures. Okay? How would I recommend you to play this one? The study of playing piece like this is different from the traditional way, because in the traditional way you have the specific piano notes for the left and the right hand, but for a sheet like this, what you have are chords and just the notes. So that is the only thing that you have here. So how do you play this one? So for beginners, you can just play it with chords in the left hand. That's what common beginners do. So I think that one is a friendly start to play this piece. So you would play the main notes in the right hand and the chords on the left. So it would look like this one. So for the chords, you don't have to play all the chords here, because it would sound muffled since we are in the bass of the piano. Okay, so it can be. Or it can be also. It can be like that too. So it would look like this. Or it can be D sus4 and D, or the C already then the D. Okay, so how do I do this one? That might be one of your questions since you're in this video, because this one, if you are my subscriber for a long time, you know that I show how the beginners do the piece like this, and how the experienced player do this piece. So I do this like this. The fingering is a little bit tricky here. Okay, so you can do it like that. But for me, I prefer it in the higher octave. So because I'm doing the arpeggios for the left hand. Okay, so that is how I do the intro part of this one. So for the next part, the main part here, so we are reading the one at the top since it's the melody, and we're not reading the descant. Okay, so what are the chords that we have here? We have G. That's a G that we all know. Then C over G. Then D over F. Then G. Then E minor. Then A minor 7. And D7. Then G minor 7. C7. It's this one, C minor 7. Then F7. Then B flat major 7. Then this one's B minor 6. Then A minor, D7. G minor 7. G minor over F. C. Then C7. D4. Then D7, G minor 7, G minor over F, and C, C7, F, F7. So those are the chords that we have there. Okay, so how do we play the melody for this one? That is where a lot of people get mistakes in this part. Even me at first, like 2 or 4 years, 5 years ago, I would play it like. Oh. Yeah, I would play it like that. I have seen a lot at YouTube who plays it like that. No. Yeah, but since I always listen to their songs, so when I heard the Himig Haswita group sing this one, it's supposed to be like that. So I rushed to the sheet music, and I discovered that it's Bayan, Umawit. It's really supposed to be like that one, not the. It's not that, but it's okay. So here comes a surprise. So you see that there's a flat there, which means that the measure will be now in the key of F major. So the scale for the F major is this one. Okay. Okay, so that is how you play the melody of that one. Okay, so it's a bit tricky. So you see, I've done a lot of hand movements. I think we started from here, and later we are already at here. Because here in this piece, it's from, I think it's until here. If I'm not mistaken, it's up to here in this octave. That's why a lot of hand positions must be done for you to reach the correct note. So I'm going to play this with the chords to the left and the melody for the right hand, just like what I did earlier. Yeah, you can do that one. Okay. Now, if you are an experienced player, then try to play it like this. Okay, so you can also do that one. But if you're going to ask me how I really do it, I start with the, I think it's G sus2. Oh, it's G add 2, sorry. G add 2. So I start this. F7 going to the verse. Okay, now let's proceed to the verse part. So you see it starts with the third count because the mu is in the third count. So the verse officially starts at the la note. So 3 1. It starts like that one. So what are the chords that we have here? We have almost the same chords, which are B flat major 7th, then F over A, G minor, C7, F, B flat major 7, F over A, G over B, then C. Then still the same. And now we're back to the G over B, then A minor, D7, G. Then again, A minor, D7, G. Okay? So, this part is kinda easy to read because the mula sa ilang ay tinawag ng Diyos are all quarter notes until the Dios note, which is a half note. So how do you play this one? It would be... And now we're back to the G. So you see there's frequent hand changes there. How would I do it again with the chords on the left and then melody on the right? Okay, so that is how I do it for the easy way. Now, for the experienced way, you may want to do it like this one. Okay, you may want to do it like that. But if you're going to ask me how I do it like this. What I do, because I have dynamics here, what I do is, for this part, I think it's around mezzo piano. So instead of... I play it from See the changes there, because I want to let the congregation know that it's already the first verse, because I don't want it to be like. I don't want it to be like that, but rather I want it to be. So you see, so once I returned to the chorus, it became something like mezzo forte again. So that is one of the things that you should be reminded of, that the chorus and the verse is different. Then we have the second verse, which is pretty optional, but still let's discuss it so we can notice the difference between the first verse and the second verse. So for this one, it doesn't start with 3 anymore, but rather it starts on the first count of the first measure of the second verse. So it would be. Okay, so I made the hand change there again. So it would be. Okay, for me it would be. Okay, it would be like that one. So that is the Bayan Umawit. Always try to get the first and second measure of the chorus right, because that is almost where everyone, not really everyone, I think a lot of church pianists, organists get that one as a mistake, and even the conductors. Yeah, please always have the sheet music. So a lot of practice is needed for you to obtain the proper technique for the intro, because if you're using the piano, the sustain, the pedaling is really important. Yeah, pedaling is one of the problems that some church pianists still don't get. So what happens is the melody doesn't clear, or even the chords doesn't even clear. Okay, so that one is also different. So the chord changes here are also really fast. So you must really practice this piece slowly, because if not, it would not really sound good. That's why you may want to practice with a metronome. So you might want to practice with that one. You might start with this tempo, since if you're really a beginner. So it will be. Yeah. But if you're somehow experienced, you can increase. Okay, so you can do it like that. So practice, then you'll get it. I also say that to my students that it is the best to practice slowly so you can have better results. Because if you practice it fast, then it would not be really efficient. So, also, if you are interested in piano tutoring, I really teach the basics of piano playing. I teach the basic note reading. That's why a lot of kids are enrolled in my class, and even singing. I also teach singing since I also teach choirs. So if you're interested, you might want to email me. My email will be at the description, and you might want to send me an inquiry on how much is the rate and what would be the one that you want to learn. It can be learning how to play pieces for the church, or just simply note reading and playing the notes well. No, and understanding note reading and playing it and applying it on your piano. So our slots are now open since it's already summer and a lot of kids wants to learn the piano. So slots are open and you might want to enroll. My email is just at the description of this video, and you can email me and ask for inquiries and let me know what do you want to study so I can reply, and the exchange of messages will be faster. Okay, so this is Bayan Umawit, and I'll see you again in next video. So thank you and God bless.